Okay, welcome to another training session on SAS Savvy. Today we're going to be taking a look at the common SAS programming frequently asked questions. I think this is a very important topic. It's kind of different from the SAS procedure blogs as well as the SAS topic blogs. This is kind of an area where there's some personalized content. So specifically questions, issues that I've come across on a regular basis, and I kind of hated reinventing the wheel each time. And so this serves as a great place for me to put in some common questions that I have on a regular basis, and so I can get quick answers to it right away. And so before we get into the details, what I'm going to do is I want to show you some of the new things that have been added on to SAS Savvy. So let's see. Okay. So let me go through this. Hopefully everybody can see my screen. I've switched over to the SAS Savvy front page. If you haven't done so, what I encourage you to do is go into the forums. I'd indicated this before, but I want to continue to remind you. In the forum section, if you go into the place where it says SAS Savvy Updates, and if you haven't done so, I would strongly encourage you to subscribe to this forum, because what happens is, and I'm going to go show you, I continuously make updates to SAS Savvy, and the best way to stay current with all the updates that are there is to subscribe to this, and you'll see some of the updates that I've made. And you can see the date that I send this. So what happens is, as soon as I make the updates within SAS Savvy, I'll make an entry in here, and then as soon as I do that, then it will send automatic email to everybody, all the members who are subscribed to this. And so just going over, if I go towards the bottom, and you see the most recent entries that I've made, it has the...
Sorry to interrupt.
Hi, Deepali.
Yeah, I'm not able to see the screen.
You're not able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, you're able to see this one, but then are you able to see this? I switched over to... Susan, are you able to see this?
Yes, I'm able to see it.
You're able to see it? Okay, there may be a toggle. There may be a toggle on the bottom of your screen that you may have to click on in order to see.
I got it.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So on the bottom over here, you see entries that I've made. So it keeps track. It's kind of a great audit trail. It's a journal of all the entries. So what happens is this is great. You don't have to dig through to see what changes have been made. If you're aware of what's all in SAS Savvy, then this will keep you in tune with the updates that are made. And again, that make continuously updates. So just for example, recently I've added, let's see, let me click on that. So recently what I've done is I've added some papers that I found very useful for macro testing. So again, the way I work is since I actively use this for my consulting, I try to see if the answers or the tools are available within SAS Savvy. If not, then I am automatically search for a good reference or a good SAS paper on that particular topic, and then I'll go ahead and make an entry to it, because I want to continuously build on my knowledge, and I want to share that with you all as far as members to kind of build on your knowledge. And so what I've done is I've added this great paper, for example, on macro testing. And the other thing that I've recently done is I put together this Excel file on QC issues log, and I've added that to the Savvy resources. So again, these are things that I would be implementing with my client, and very useful tools to help better organize. And so you may want to again take a look at this to see if that may be something that you want to implement in your organization. And QC issues would be anything related to data issues, or basically serves as a useful communication tool and documentation for things that may be in emails or in other places, but is all at one centralized location. And the other thing that we're going to be going over today is the common frequently asked questions. So each of these, if you subscribe to it, you'll get automatic email notification as I make an entries to it. And then each of these are hyperlinked. So what happens is in the email, if it's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead and click on that, and you have direct access to that bit of information. You can do something with it or you can kind of ignore it. So it just really depends how you want to go about it. So again, I would encourage you to subscribe to that if you haven't already done so. So this session, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the common frequently asked questions. So what I want to do is, you probably noticed this little guy with the question mark over here. So as you can see, this is on the header. This is on the header of all of the blog pages. So that means for many of the blog pages, if you click on this guy, this icon, you'll be automatically taken to this blog page, which I hope you've explored before. This is what we're going to be talking about. So in here basically is a collection, and I continuously make some updates. I don't know how many there are right now, but there were at least over 100, and could be a lot more. As members, what I do is encourage you to search through this, take advantage of this this resource, because it's all based on lessons learned, and we'll be going through some of the examples over here. But feel free to email me some things that you frequently encounter on a regular basis, and I'll be happy to put that in here so that you can also come back to this on a regular basis. And so what I've done is I made some suggestions. So the types of searches are what I recommend are based on tasks. So everything that we do in SAS programming is associated with some type of functionality or a task. And so that's how the questions are phrased. And so I would recommend you search on that. Issues such as data issues or tips are all explained in here. First you have the question, then you have the answer. So this is not a place really to look for examples of syntax. The best is to go to the specific blog page. This is really, it will show you the syntax to answer the questions that you have. So the examples are there, syntax and options. But again, this is really geared towards a functionality. So these are the various categories. You can see that they correspond to the SAS procedures or the SAS topic. So they're very much interrelated. So you can definitely click on any one of these if you wanted to take a look, for example, some of the issues. If you're new to Compare, you may want to see what's already there. And so again, each of these, it's all hyperlinked for the actual paper. So let's go back to the top and let's just start typing in. So the way that you may want to do this, and the instructions are written right over here, which is a Control F. So you just hit a Control F, and so what happens is that goes into this top find box. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to type in our first example, which is, I want to know what the function is to search and replace text string. And so notice that I just started typing in a brief partial of the question, and it found it right over here. And so you can just kind of see that replacing text string, use the tran wrd function to search and replace the text string. So this is pretty nice. It reminds me exactly which function to use. You can see here that it says right here, I'm expecting the character variable. In quotes, I'm expecting the string that I want to find, and then quotes, the string that I want to for replace it. So I see what the order is exactly. And if I want an example of that, I can just click on this link, and what I'll do is it will bring up the actual SAS paper associated with that. And just here I can just click on and search for the same thing, which is right here, the Tran world. So this serves very nicely, and what I'd like to do is try to find, again, detailed information on specific questions that I have. And so you can see the type of questions there are. Another question that I may have, and this first part is something that everybody needs to do, which is variable assignments, character and numeric. And so another thing that I may have is what format is used to create leading zeros. So again, this is based on examples, cases that I'm working on. And instead of trying to always remember, I've got it documented right here, and I just continue to make on entries. So this is right here, and this is the ZWD format. So in this case, when I click on it, there's a great reference that directly leads me to this on SAS's website, and so I can see exactly what the syntax is, description, I can see details, I can see examples of this. And so where possible, if there's some great references that leads me directly to the answer that I want, then I try to associate that with the answer, with the question that I have in my common frequently asked questions, and then have that as part